just beaten Ross County. Celtic have just beaten Ross County, believe it or not. That was terrible. That was absolutely terrible to watch. It was unbelievable. Unbelievably bad. That's all I could say. um, if you watched that game and you watched to the end, well done you. And anyway, right, we move on. Ross County did everything so much with all the crazy predictions before the game. A lot of crazy predictions before the game saying that Celtic were going to run it absolutely route this game. They're going to win 4-0, 5-0. So much for 7-0, says 1888 CFC. When it comes to it, let's talk about the game. Celtic opened up the game the first 60 seconds with a shot that comes in. Now, you've got to remember, Alexandro Bernabe comes in for the one and only Greg Taylor, who was injured, who is injured. Bernabe passes the ball right through the box. A fantastic pass through the box. It gets to Lil Labada. Lil Labada then takes a shot. Lil Labada takes a shot. It ricochets off the player and falls to Alistair Johnston. Alistair Johnston then takes a shot, and that goes into the back of the net. Goes into the back of the net, and at that point, it is 60 seconds on the clock. And Celtic are 1-0 up. 1-0 up, and that was 1 minute into the game. The next 10 minutes of the game saw Ross County, who were a goal down, push up, and have 3 corners. Yes, Ross County had 3 corners in the first minute of that game, which you would never have thought of. Ross County then spent the rest of the first half camped into their own half, couldn't get out. Celtic had a penalty. Celtic had a penalty when Callum McGregor goes down in the box. Callum McGregor goes down in the box, and it was a penalty all day long. Up steps the one and only Lewis Palmer. Everyone thinking, right, Louis Palmer, you've scored a penalty, you've missed a penalty. And he does the same as what he did before. He walks up and he tries to walk the ball into the net. The referee decided that it might have been a VAR decision because the linesman, the keeper might have come off his line. And the fact that there were 4 Ross County players had walked into the box, ran into the box before he actually kicked the ball. So the ball was respotted, giving Louis Palmer the chance to make amends for his missed penalty, and he takes the penalty to the left-hand side, the exact same side that he took the first one, and he never scored. And then that was it. That was it from Celtic. When it came to any goal scoring chances, it was you could probably count them on one hand after that. They're now saying, was it you know what's going to happen now? They're going to say it was never a penalty in the first place because Kyogo's hand was over the line. His hand was over the line, but it is what it is. Man of the match for me. Who was man of the match? Who got man of the match? Because I decided to go to the loo. Who was man of the match? Who was your man of the match? Tell me your man of the match, because it comes down to either Cameron Carter Vickers. It does come down to either Cameron Carter Vickers or Bernabe. Bernabe for me. Bernabe had a cracking game. It's unbelievable. Were there boos at the game? I don't know. I wasn't there, and I didn't have the telly turned up high enough. I don't think there was. There wasn't enough people in the grounds. Michael, let's get to some of the comments. Let's get to some of the comments in the chat and see what people are saying about it. On the other side, lol, says Jeff. Tin Tartan Paint, 3 points and the piss poor performance again. Jeff says so much for 7-0. Kill myself. John McLean says our football is slow and wash. Hope Liverpool come for Brendan. Liverpool are never coming for Brendan Rodgers. That's never going to happen. Never going to happen. You've got to remember they chased Brendan Rodgers out the door. And Wee Man Sham says that was pure Doug Keith. Mark Boyce said that was a tough watch, so much for our predicted score lines. I noticed there were some crazy score lines and it jinked us. Paul Baird says it's 3 points. It's the only thing that we can say. It is the only thing that we can say. It was 3 points. And it was 3 points. It does keep us at the top of the table, thankfully. It does keep us at the top of the table. But with a performance like that, when you look at the stats, right, this is the stats from Celtic. 17 shots on target. 17 shots, 7 on target, 70% of the possession. The passes were 683. The pass accuracy was 87. We had 12 fouls. We had one yellow card, no red cards. We had 7 corners, and they had 7 corners also. I didn't think we had as many corners as that. I think the one that came off Cameron Carter Vickers. I thought the one that come off Cameron Carter Vickers was a bit unlucky. Matt O'Reilly with his free kick, trying to get it over the wall. Matt O'Reilly was a bit unlucky with that. On another day we're scoring a couple of cracking goals. That's it. At the end of the day, we're scoring some goals and we're scoring. It was a bad day at the office. It was a bad day at the office, but we win. We did win, and that is all that matters. Doesn't matter what you say, or does it? Yeah, let me just check this. Anyway, who was the man in the middle? Let's jump through to some of the scorers. Scunner says 1888 CFC. Let me see. The ball boys, they fell asleep today. Yeah, they did that. It was an absolutely rubbish performance. Tell me in the comment section who was your man of the match, because my man of the match was Bernaby. I'm sorry, but Bernaby had probably the best game on the pitch today. Bernaby for the cross for the goal. Matt O'Reilly, he was not seen in the second half. For me, Bernaby was all over the pitch, and it's not going to make him a first choice, but he did prove his worth today. He proved an adequate player to come in for Greg Taylor. Yeah, and he is honking. Yeah, Bernaby got man of the match, and even he is rubbish. Let's get off some of these screens. Just put this one up. Copy that. Just do this. I had one job to do today, and Celtic are not even going to put out any interviews or anything. That's what's wrong with Celtic TV. Celtic TV, if they want to be dominating things, right, they need to put. They're wanting people to pay for Celtic TV. They need to be interviewing the manager right after the game. Never mind putting up on a website and then wanting somebody to subscribe X amount of money more for the website. Anyway, why are any of the good people on their left? They started their own channel. It's a load of pash. Oh dear God. Anyway, we are absolutely rubbish. Bernaby was terrible. He was the reason Ross County gained so much confidence. Piston was absolutely shocking off the ball. Do you think Bernaby was terrible? I thought he was one of their better players. I honestly thought he was one of our better players going forward. The ref was man of the match. The stadium would go wild if Palma ever goes near a penalty spot again. Yeah, this is true. This is true. That was one terrible game. Anyway, let's try and get some Celtic headlines and see what the world of football is all saying about Celtic, because I thought it was absolute rubbish. Wait till I get that. Did I pin that? Pin message. There we go. Pin that. If you're looking for anything, any Celtic message, if you can even be bothered looking for anything, if you want Celtic chocolate, points make prizes, says Kathleen. They do that. Points do make prizes. And we're definitely missing a few of the boys over at the Asian Cup. I think we're missing Rio Hatate. Would Dyson Maida have been any better? Would Dyson Maida have been any better than what we was today? What do you think about Nicholas Kuhn? Nico Kuhn made Nico Kuhn. Nico Kuhn came on today. Questions. And Paul Bear deleted it. Points make prizes. And then Paul Bear deleted. Slavin is in the house. Why can't we sell anyone? Turnbull. Yeah, no. Why can't we sell Turnbull? Anyway. These rejects need to go. Beautiful, win ugly is the only way, but win, win, win. Hatate will be back on the penalties. Definitely, definitely. The keeper was the best player on the pitch today. Their keeper. Their keeper was the best player on the pitch today. But we played absolutely terrible. We played absolutely terrible. Now I'm going to try and jump a channel. Let me see if we can get Sky News up. Bum, bum, bum. Sky Sports News. So it's not that. Anyway, that's no. Stick some Sky News on just to see some headlines that are coming in. And then we're going to check out the comment section. John Paul from Glasgow says, to be honest, I think it's all Brendan's fault. He's not the man for me. And that's it. We're turning on Brendan Rodgers already. James Smith says, Baz, does it not tell you something that we are rotten watching Rodgers make me fall out with love with the team? Brendan Rodgers can only use the players that he's got at his disposal, is the only thing that I'm going to say about that. Pegleg says there are 2 points gapping, and that's it. The table doesn't lie. The table doesn't lie, and we've dropped some fantastically stupid points over the course of the season. Should we be further in front of them? Yes. And as it stands, look, they've played one game. Well, it's not. They've still got. We've widened the gap again, but if they win their game in hand, it will be 2 points. Now, when you look at it, we've won our last 5 games. That's all you can ask for as a club. Ross County, on the other hand, I mean, we should have been putting more past them. They've got a goal difference minus 13, and they're only on 18 points. We should have been putting some past them. Hearts closed the. They didn't close the gap at all. They look as if they've cemented third place. Kilmarnock are in the fourth. So anyway, unbelievable. Celtic news. Celtic return to league action with a home victory over Ross County, says the Celtic website. Oh my God, seriously. Coon's first impressions, Bernaby verdict, 3 things that we learned about Celtic beating Ross County. Goalkeeper saves 2 penalties. Ross County gave Celtic a tough afternoon. Celtic 1, Ross County 0. Winner. Alistair Johnston scores the winner. That's something you never thought you'd be saying. Alistair Johnson goal restores 5 point lead over the Rangers. 6 Celtic Ross County standouts. There we go. And then obviously we started the day off talking about Stuart Gray, who passed away. And Stuart Gray was a fantastic player at his time. He has a fantastic left foot. And I'm going to take a minute just to talk about Stuart Gray because he did play in a fantastic team with the likes of Jackie McNamara. Simon Donnelly in midfield. Peter Grant was actually still in the team. Cadetti was in the team that he played in. You know, there was a lot of players that played with that guy, and unfortunately, he passed away due to an illness with cancer. So our thoughts are with his family at this moment, and Celtic did make mention that before the game today. Anyway, let's get back to the game today. Tell me in the comment section who exactly was your man of the match today. Who was your man of the match today? Mark Boyd. Don't ever try playing 2 strikers up front and change formation. Let's talk about that. I think we should be playing a 3-5-2 in games like this. When you try to play the inverted fullback role, people are saying that Bernaby was away out of position today. I don't know who it was. Somebody said Bernaby was away out of position. He was coming into the midfield to try and free up Callum McGregor, is the way I saw it. And it's funny how sometimes people go to look at games and say that he was out of position, he was terrible, but he was further up the pitch than what Greg Taylor usually gets. He was up the pitch, he was making a nuisance of himself. He made that cross into the box. Bernaby made that cross into the box, which led to the goal in the 60th second. So it's a hard one. It's a hard one. It was a hard game to watch, but it is what it is. You know, we are still top of the league. We're still top of the league. Looking down on them, we are sitting on 57 points with 23 games played. We've won 18 games. We've drawn 3. We've lost 2. We can't really afford to draw any more games this season. The fact that the Rangers have lost 4 this season, they've only drawn 1. I think it's the drawn games that Celtic have. We can't afford to drop any more points between now and the end of the season. Let's face facts. With games like that, will that be one of the hardest games that we'll play over the next couple of weeks? Because let's face it, Ross County are fighting for their lives down at the bottom of the table. So you know if they play like that every week, that there's a good chance that they won't get relegated. Right, let's get to some of the comments section. Mark Boyd says, why don't we ever try playing 2 strikers up front for a change formation? Yeah, I think we should be playing 3-5-2. 3-5-2 would probably suit this team a lot more. It would definitely suit this team a lot more, and it would give us more options. Where's Sky Sports? Sky Sports News. 2 seconds. Oh, but switch that off. No, what Sky News anyway. Right, turn that off, and we get back to everything all about Celtic. Let's see what some people are saying online about Celtic. Um, get this. Share this. Full time reaction. Full time reaction. Absolutely terrible. That's what it was. It was absolutely terrible. Kyogo, for the fact that Kyogo, I thought Kyogo should have been taken off. Kyogo should have been taken off um, for one reason. He wasn't getting the ball and his movement was terrible. Kyogo's movement was absolutely terrible today. I'm sorry, but even when there's wide players getting up, you still need to move in front of the box. And all he was doing was standing next to the defender. He wasn't getting away. James Smith says the title is already slipping away. No, it's not. No, it's not. Oh, it's not. Martindale will be back selling the gear on Monday. Jeff Ray says we beat every player was a 5 or 6 at best today. Yeah, they were that. Um, not many players got good pass marks. And Celtic are going with, hey, we return to victory. Celtic return to league action with a home victory over Ross County. Woo, says Celtic. The first minute goal from Alistair Johnson gave Celtic all 3 points in the league in the first game back after the winter break. The Canadians' first goal of the season helped Celtic to victory, with Lewis Palmer missing 2 first-half penalties. What should have been a more comfortable afternoon at Celtic Park, despite some late Ross County pressure. As the stats go, Celtic and Alistair Johnson should have been way far in front. It came from good work down the left-hand side from Alexandro Bernabe crosses, finding Lila Bada in the wing and laying it on to the right back. No, he didn't. Lila Bada did not lay it. What is Celtic are just making things? Celtic website says it came from good work down the left-hand side with Alexandro Bernabe cross finding Lila Bada, with the winger laying it off to the right back's path. No, he didn't. Lila Bada tried to take a shot. It then comes off the Ross. Who writes this stuff for Celtic? I'm not even going to read any more of that. That's embarrassing by Celtic. That is really embarrassing by Celtic. It's probably. Anyway, if you want a good laugh, no, I'm not even going to say it. Anyway, I agree with you, Baz. We need to play against the B team and set them up like teams. Yeah, I said that during the live, Edward. Thanks for watching during the live. We need to get the B team, and we need to put the B team up and set them up like players, like teams play against us. And then we need to say to our main team, it's like, right, beat this team. It's as simple as that. Beat them, because this is what you're up against every week. And I don't think that we're doing that in training. Brendan Rodgers really needs to have a good word with himself. Bernabé played well, inverted fullback role. Greg played his better options further forward. And we need a strike partner for Kyogo. We do that. Wait and see. Celtic are delusional. Mark Boy said Vata should have been on today. He should have. He should have. I'm guessing Peter wrote that. Yeah, I'm going to read it again, right? This is embarrassing by Celtic. It really is. This is on the Celtic website, right? As the starters go, it was pretty much perfect. Alistair Johnston put the hoops into the lead in the first minute. It came from good work down the left-hand side with Alexandro Bernabe cross finding Lila Bada, with the winger laying into the right back's path, the 20 yards out, and the shot deflected beyond the goalkeeper, George Wickens, for his first of the season. No, it didn't. No, it didn't. That's not how it happened. The ball gets to Lila Bada. Lila Bada tries to have a shot. He kicks it right against the Ross County player. The Ross County player, it ricochets off him, lands at the feet of the right back, and he then buries it into the back of the net. Anyway, Celtic, come on. Come on. Oh. I don't know what to say about that. I really don't know what to say about that. Right, let me get Kun. Celtic continued their winning way in the Scottish Premiership on Saturday, beating Ross County 1-0. The score was Celtic 1, Ross County 0. Celtic made it 6 victories in a row in all competitions thanks to a heavily deflected Alistair Johnston strike. It was heavily, and Derek Adams' team, when you look at it, right, let's be honest here. The first 5 minutes of the game, this is how the first 10 minutes of the game actually played out. The first minute of the game, Burnaby gets the ball on the width of the box. He crosses it in. It does find Lee Labada, who does take a shot. It comes out, ricochets out. It finds the one and only Alistair Johnson. Alistair Johnson hits it. He gets a ricochet into the back of the net. Goal, boom. 60 seconds in, happy days. Celtic then put on pressure for a couple of minutes. Ross County then get 3 corners in the first 10 minutes. 3 corners in the first 10 minutes. No one's talking about that. Brendan Rodgers needs to think about the fact that we give away 3 corners in the first 10 minutes of the game. If it wasn't for the woefulness of the corners, and if it wasn't for the crossbar, we could have lost that game against a team second bottom of the table. But then you have to say, Paulo Bernardo takes a shot. That Matt O'Reilly takes a shot. The keeper saves it. The ball comes out. You think Paulo Bernardo, all he has to do is side foot it into the net and he hits it over the bar from about 12 yards out. If that goes in, it's a different game completely. It's a completely different game completely. Anyway, it didn't go in and it is what it is. It is what it is. Anyway, let's get some more Celtic. If you are looking for some Celtic chocolate, if you're looking for Celtic chocolate, or if you're looking for to go shopping, maybe you're bored this evening and you want to go shopping on Amazon, click this link that is on the chat just now. Click that before you go into Amazon. Thank you very much. Anyway, there's 172 people watching. We started this 21 minutes ago. That was absolutely woeful by Celtic. Absolutely woeful. That's all I'm going to say. Right, the good news is the channel is still growing. We have a target before Valentine's Day. We want this to be a happy love channel on Valentine's Day, and this figure here needs to be at 15,000. So if you haven't subscribed, make sure that you hit the subscribe button and get us to 15,000 before Valentine's Day. Yes, that would be absolutely fantastic if we can do that. Anyway. Can't even see what the manager said because it's not on Celtic TV yet. Defender was closing Bernardo down for that shot. We needed him to score. The big trouble was, I thought. Port Chop Express says, Jesus, guys, listen to the doom and gloom about losing the league. Give yourselves a shake because there's a lot of people saying in the chat that we're going to lose the league. I've said already, I don't think that we will lose the league anyway. Watching Celtic is brutal for your mental health. That's not a good thing to do. When you sell your best player and make 25 million and then save the money, you might as well just bench the team. Sevco could be treble winners after watching this. Come on, something today. Really? Anyway, my throat is killing me. I don't think I'll do a full watch along again because it's just too much. And I was about sleeping during that half, the second half. It was terrible. Pork chop, stop kissing ass. Stop kissing whose ass. Anyway, right, that is it. Brendan Rodgers out, says Paul Baird. Paul Baird is the first one to write it. Paul Baird, you need to go and read the Celtic website. I'm not going to go over it again, but Nico Kuhn, what do you think about Kuhn? Did he have a first game? Kuhn was brought on in the 64th minute for the misfiring Lewis Palmer. Lewis Palmer, who missed 2 penalties. Kuhn was brought on the left flank, then switching to the right flank when Mikey Johnson was brought on. Rather than bringing on young Rocco Vata, he brought on Mikey Johnson. The Celtic performance was just absolutely terrible today. Absolutely terrible. Let's not try and cover it up and make it what it was. The Celtic must address this embarrassing situation that we're in. We needed players in to... Brendan Rodgers in November. Brendan Rodgers back in November spoke about adding quality to this team. He's brought in Nico Kuhn and a player who did get about 20 or 25 minutes of the game today. He brought him in, but who exactly? Who do we blame? Who do we blame? No fans are saying they will win the league. God's sake, get a grip. We are cheer up. Celtic are going to win the league. Yes, they are that. And on that note, I'm done and dusted. I've had enough of today. Um, Watching Celtic has been absolutely terrible today. Thank you to everyone that has been watching the lives and watched the live along. Thank you to everyone that's helped us get to 14,823 subscribers. Help us out. If you haven't subscribed, make sure that you try and get us to that 15,000 before Valentine's Day. And on that